All right, welcome. So today, we're going to talk about a massive, fundamental shift in how we all buy things. For decades, the whole game has been about making shopping easier, faster, right? But what we're on the verge of now, it's something way more profound. We're talking about a future where we don't just shop better, we might not have to shop at all.
Okay, let's just dive right into this quote because it absolutely nails the revolution we're exploring. We are moving way beyond simple convenience, things like one-click checkout. We're heading into a world of full-on delegation, where the entire messy process of shopping is just handed off to an intelligent agent. I mean, if you look at the history of how we buy stuff, it's just been this relentless war against friction. Every single step, from cash to credit cards to just tapping our phones, it was all designed to make spending easier. And yeah, each one unlocked a huge new wave of commerce. But this last step on the timeline, this isn't just another small tweak. It's a complete flip in who, or what, is actually doing the buying.
To really wrap our heads around this future, we first have to get one crucial distinction crystal clear. The AI we're all using today is fundamentally different from the AI agents that are just around the corner. And it all boils down to the difference between just giving advice and actually getting things done.
So think about the AI assistants we're all familiar with right now. They're amazing researchers, right? You can ask them to compare a bunch of products or brainstorm some gift ideas, and they'll spit out a fantastic list of options. But, and this is the key, you still have to do the work. You have to sift through the choices, click the links, and actually make the purchase. They do the research, but you're still the one who has to act.
Agents, though, they're doers. They're totally autonomous systems that are built to take action. You don't ask an agent for ideas. You give it a goal. You delegate a task. And then it goes out, discovers the options, decides on the best one based on everything it knows about you, and it completes the transaction for you.
And this slide right here, this is where it all clicks. It just perfectly sums up how our role completely changes. On the left, with an assistant, we are still the ones executing the task. But over on the right, with an agent, our job just becomes delegating. That's it. We go from being the shopper to basically being the manager of the shopper.
And this just brilliantly shows how we're going to interact in this new world. I mean, look at these. These are not search queries you'd type into Google. They're what you'd call commerce prompts. They're direct commands that an agent is built to understand, interpret, and most importantly, act on.
So what's the magic trick here? How can an AI possibly have the confidence to actually spend your money for you? Well, it's not just a smarter algorithm. It all comes down to a completely different and way richer type of data.
You see, the AI assistants we use today learn by crawling the public web. But for Converse, that's a huge problem. That public data is often a total mess, it's out of date, and it can't tell you the most crucial details like, is this product actually in stock right now? Or what's the dynamic up-to-the-minute price? True agentic commerce runs on something else entirely. It's got direct access to structured commerce data. This is the good stuff, the non-public data straight from the retailers. It's a living system that understands real-time inventory, pricing, and even learns from your past purchases, and get this, your returns, to make even better decisions next time. It's literally the difference between reading an old paper map and having a live GPS.
And this process here shows exactly how it all comes together. Your super simple intent, just get me new running shoes, kicks off this complex but totally instantaneous workflow. The agent checks your past purchases, your size, your budget. Then it queries that live commerce data, finds the best option available right now, and boom, it buys it. The entire shopping funnel just gets collapsed into a single automated action.
Okay, so let's build on that. Because when AI agents become the main shoppers, the entire landscape of e-commerce as we know it starts to bend, and in some cases just completely break.
So here's the really crucial point. All the things brands spend billions on today, like search engine optimization, flashy social media ads, those beautifully designed websites, they all become way less important. And why? Because the agent just bypasses them completely. It goes straight to the data.
Just think about it for a second. So much of what we call online shopping is actually just manual labor, right? All that browsing, using filters to narrow down our choices, adding things to a cart, navigating those checkout pages. Well, in an agentic world, all of that it fades into the background. It becomes infrastructure, not the experience itself.
Now, whenever you have a massive shift like this, it inevitably reorders the power structure. You're going to have new winners and new losers. So let's take a quick look at who's positioned to really thrive in this new world, and who might need to radically change their strategy just to survive.
This table gives us a really great snapshot. The big platform giants, the ones who own these massive structured catalogs or product data, well, they're in an incredibly powerful position to become the default source of truth for these agents. But independent brands, they're facing a really tough choice. Either plug into these giants or maybe band together to offer their data in a way that agents can actually use.
And you can actually see this happening in real time. Just look at a company like Shopify. For years, their whole value was helping anyone create a beautiful online store for humans. But now, they're rapidly pivoting to become a back-end infrastructure provider, an API that AI agents can talk to. They're already building the tools for this agent-driven future. It's happening now.
So, where does all this lead? What's the end game? Well, it points to a future where shopping isn't an activity you do anymore. It's more like a background process that just happens for you, almost like a utility like electricity or water.
And this is the ultimate destination. We're moving from a world of frictionless checkout to one of frictionless demand. The final goal isn't just to make it easy for you to buy the things you want. It's to build a system so intelligent that it can actually anticipate your needs and fulfill them ambiently, without you even having to ask.
And this leaves us with a truly fascinating and kind of mind-bending question to think about. For 100 years, brands have worked to build these deep, emotional connections and loyalty with people. But what happens when their primary customer isn't a person anymore, but a machine making cold, logical decisions based on data? How do you market to an algorithm? That's the challenge that's going to define the entire next era of commerce.